Welcome, foolish mortals.
Welcome.
So today we are going to do a video on our Disney cost breakdown. So what it basically cost us in total for the entire trip. But yeah, we were there August 25th to September 1st. And it was just the two of us. We didn't go with like any family or like we didn't have any kids or anything like that. So,
but we just thought it would be kind of cool to make this video because I don't feel like that's something that you see super often, people getting into the nitty-gritty of exactly how much it costs them to go to Disney World.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cover everything, like every single expense that we had while booking the trip, while there, travel, everything, just to kind of give you an idea if this is something maybe you've never been to Disney before but you're thinking about it. Maybe it's been a long time. Maybe you're like me and you're just a little nosy and you want to know like what people are spending on things, and that's always fun too. So should we show our cups of the day?
Cups of the day.
Cups of the day.
So yours is just the refillable mug from this year.
The 100th anniversary mug, the resort mug.
Yes. And then mine is a Star Wars mug that has all of the different original like movie posters that came out for the original movies.
I think we got this on our
very first trip. Yeah.
Was it at the parks or was it at the outlet? I can't remember.
It was at the parks.
The parks,
yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember where, but it was somewhere.
I forgot that we had this mug and it's humongous.
Yeah.
Like it's almost the size. It
holds more.
Fluid ounces wise holds way more than this.
Because it's like double insulated, and so like there's not a whole lot of room inside of it. Anyways, I digress. So
let's get into it.
Yeah.
So like Dan said, just the two of us, so everything we're going to talk about is for 2 adults. We stayed at Pop Century Resort, which if you're interested and you haven't seen, we do have a complete overview video already published of Pop Century, so you can definitely check that out. We'll link it. We stayed for 7 nights and we purchased with our package 5-day park hopper tickets. And then Disney is always really good about running some sort of offer or discount on their website, so make sure you're checking that if you're booking.
So they won't automatically add the offer to your package automatically. You do have to select it, or you have to call and ask if there's a current one going on, and they can always add it to your package after you've already booked it and stuff. But just a good thing to keep in mind, because like I said, you could potentially book something and there's an offer out there and you just don't take advantage of it, and then you're spending more money than you have to. And
then another good thing to know is that if they release offers after you've already booked, you can always add that on. So like a lot of people will look at booking their vacation a year in advance because you have then 11 months to make payments on it. But Disney typically doesn't release their offers until the season prior to what these offers are gonna be for. So like right now it's September and their offers are for the holidays. Now come like November, December, they'll probably release offers for late winter, early spring of next year. So if you book something and you pay just rack rate, if they release an offer before your trip comes, you can always, like he said, call them or just go on to disneyworld.com. You can add the offer there and save yourself some money.
Or hot tip, I never knew this until like last year, you could use a travel agent. And you don't pay anything for a travel agent. So you just want to find like a nice reputable travel agency, and they can do a lot of the planning and make sure the discounts are added for you too.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. So the offer that we booked with our package was a Disney dining promotion card.
Not the Disney dining plan.
Correct. Yes, because the dining plan is coming back for 2024, and so I think that this was kind of their way to test the waters with that and slowly see like, is there going to be interest in it again? They released this promotion where for, I think it was like late summer through fall and winter of 2023, you could book the dining promotional card, And so what that was for every night that you stayed, you got a certain amount of money in the form of a Disney dining gift card. So for the value resorts, it was $50 a night. For the moderate resorts, sorry, it was I think $75 a night, and then the deluxe resorts were $100 a night. So like we said, we stayed at Pop Century, so we got $50 a night, which totaled to $350 worth of dining credit basically, because it was a gift card, but you could only use it for dining. Like you couldn't go to, say, the Emporium and use it on like a souvenir or anything like that.
And one thing to say about that, actually I have a couple things to say, is it's very easy to use at all the quick services and things because they just scan it. However, for some of the like bigger stuff that you would want to use it on, so like we used it to pay for Ohana, we used it to pay for, what was the other one, like the bigger
Shikisai.
And
Trattoria al Forno.
No, we didn't use it for Shikisai. I paid for that one.
Was Phoebe there?
Yes.
No, we used it at Trattoria al Forno.
And Ohana, and then some other quick service places too.
This gift card was emailed to you after you checked in, so I just added it to my Apple Wallet. And
so like for the sit-down restaurants that we used it for, we did have to ask our server, and they would take you over to like the payment station, and they have to scan it from there. But it's still like, it's not a hassle to use. It's just one extra step to think about.
Yeah. So our package total when we booked this with, like I said, the 7-night stay at Pop Century, the 2 5-day park hopper, that's hard to say. 5-day park hopper ticket from August 25th through September 1st. It came to $2,880 total, and then we, of course, as you do if you're booking through Disney, one of their packages, you just owe at least $200 up front. So we paid our $200 deposit, and then we just made payments up until 30 days prior to our arrival is when it has to be fully paid off.
The other thing that I would say about the offer that came out after we booked the trip was, it was I think 25% off a night for value resort. And we did the math based off of the total amount of the trip, and it pretty much came to $350.
Yeah, it was basically the same.
Yeah, we weren't gonna get, you know, any real difference. There wasn't really one advantage to doing one or the other.
So we went with the dining one because we're like, well, it'll be nice, like once we're there it'll feel like free dining, even though obviously it's not, but that's like kind of what it felt like. $350 worth of free dining at least.
So as far as travel goes, we decided to drive like we typically do. I think we've only flown once to Disney.
Yes.
But that was back when they still had the Magical Express and you had free transportation to and from the airport. But we drove. It's just nice to have it's just nice to have your car like on property. We drive to Disney Springs when we go to Disney Springs, so we don't have to wait for the bus at the end of the night. It's always the worst in my opinion. For some reason, for the Disney Springs bus is the worst one.
And it's a 13-hour drive about from where we live in Ohio to Orlando, Florida. So right now we're in a position, you know, we don't have kids right now and stuff, so it's pretty easy for us to make that drive, especially overnight. But I know that driving is obviously not going to be an ideal option for a lot of people. Yeah,
and I think for me too, it's like, it was a nostalgic thing. Like we always drove, like when my family went on vacation, we always drove to the beach every year. So like a summer road trip is always like, it's always fun.
Yeah.
But from Cincinnati, Ohio to Orlando was $207.06 in gas.
To and from.
Yeah, that's
total.
both ways.
Yeah, from Cincinnati to Disney, and then from Disney back to Cincinnati.
Which we are also kind of have the advantage, your car gets really good gas mileage, so it really, you know, doesn't cost us all that much. And we were talking about it, if you were to pay for flights, yes, you can technically find some cheap flights, but then you have to now pay for the Mears Connect bus, which is not necessarily cheap, but it's not so expensive either. But we definitely would have spent more than $207.06 if we chose to fly.
Yeah.
So we did stop once on our way back to get some McDonald's because we were both very hungry. That was $22.61. And then we couldn't find the exact figure for road trip snacks, but we figured that it was probably around like $45. And then we spent $8 on some road trip Starbucks on the way down.
All right, so let's talk about our favorite thing when it comes to Disney.
Food.
So we're gonna break it down into categories here. We spent on quick service food $337.29 for the whole trip. So that includes everything from, you know, when we would dine at the Pop Food Court to Casey's Corner in Magic Kingdom to Deluxe Burger in Disney Springs, those types of places. On table service, we spent $485.61, which is more than we would typically spend. We wound up dining at 1, 2, 3, 4 table services, I think.
I think so.
Which typically we dine at 1, maybe 2. Yeah, that $350 dining card really, I think, made it to where we were like,
let's try out some more.
Let's try out some restaurants here. We're not paying.
Right.
And then for snacks and drinks, so, you know, everything from
a churro to our drinks in Epcot.
To Joffrey's Coffee, things like that, came to $372.03. So the total that we spent on food for our week in Walt Disney World was $1,194.93, minus that $350 gift card came to $844.93.
Which sounds like a lot, and it is, but I would, you know, like when you go on vacation to different places, right? Like, I mean, I think like tourist towns, like they're always more expensive to eat, you know, so I would be curious to go through like one of our other trips, if we could look back and just see like how much did we spend when we went to Fort Myers.
That's
like,
what I was gonna say. When we went to Fort Myers a few years back, I mean, we didn't eat as many snacks throughout the day and stuff like that. Like it was more traditional, like breakfast, lunch, dinner. And we did cook a few meals in the house that we rented. But yeah, when we would go out for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at Fort Myers, everything, like every dish was significantly more expensive than what we would spend at home.
So spending $500-ish about a person. And again, it's not just food, like it was drinks and coffee and things like that. So I don't know, I don't necessarily think it's that bad. Now we wouldn't spend like that obviously when we were home. So.
Right, it's vacation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we spent on food. Do you want to get into?
Yeah, so we then, like, we spent $388.01 on souvenirs and gifts and things like that. We had got a couple of things for like your mom and brother who were watching a dog. We got something for our baby nephew. And then you got like a couple of sweaters and things, which we have a haul video.
Yeah, another shameless plug. Check out our haul. That was our very first video ever posted.
And you can see everything that we bought from this trip in that video if you're interested. But you did have, one of the perks of your job was you got a $100 gift card through just like working out and stuff. Like, so they track your workouts and walks and stuff, and you got a $100 gift card through that program. And then you had like a good little saver that you are. Had some birthday money left over from earlier in the year.
From March.
Yeah. So.
Yes, I received the money for my birthday in March and did not spend it until vacation. So again, that was another thing where, I don't know, our last like 6 trips probably combined, our souvenirs didn't total what this trip did.
Yeah.
But it had been a long time since we purchased anything. Disney's merchandise has like really upped their game. And then we had like some money that was burning a hole in our pocket again. That's like everything that we spent money on for our trip.
So yeah, grand total of everything that we spent while we were in Disney World with food and souvenirs and things like that was $1582.94 minus the $350 gift card came to $1232.94.
And then that $1232.94 plus the gas that we spent to get there, plus the food, the snacks, the McDonald's and Starbucks, plus our actual reservation, what it cost to book the trip, everything total came to $4,320 even. That is what we spent to stay in Walt Disney World, to eat in Walt Disney World, to get to Walt Disney World. That's what we spent total for our week.
And again, you're going to a theme park, and so like there is that part of it associated with it. So yeah, I mean, if you were going to like a beach or something like that where it's, you know, public access, you definitely wouldn't be spending this much. But I mean, I don't think it's a secret. Everybody knows that Walt Disney World is expensive.
Everybody knows that Disney is expensive, and yet we continue to come back and pay it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you hear the constant panting throughout this video. I don't know how loud it's gonna come across in the clips, but that's life with a golden retriever. But yeah, everybody knows that Disney is expensive. We continue to pay it because we love it.
Yeah, so that's what it is to stay at a value resort. Obviously they have the moderate and the deluxe resorts, which moderate and deluxe start to get a little bit more expensive. But I think one really interesting thing about it is with the package discounts that they have, it was 25% for a value resort. Like, I think the current promotions are like 25% off for a value resort package, 30% off of a moderate resort package, and then 35% off of the deluxe.
So and you're spending more, but you're saving more. So, that's like the key thing when you're booking, when you're thinking about going to Disney, is doing your research,
figuring out what works in your budget. And
or if, like you said, and you don't want to do any of that, you just want to go on a nice trip, hire a travel agent. They literally cost you nothing, and they'll do all of that for you. They'll make your reservations for you.
And there's definitely other ways to stay at Walt Disney. Like, you don't have to stay on property.
Right.
There are some like vastly cheaper hotels that are cheaper even than Disney's value resorts.
Yes. Yeah, because like I grew up going to Disney like 4 or 5 times, and my family only stayed on property one time. So it wasn't until Dan and I started going as adults together that we started consistently staying on property, because there are Airbnbs out there. There are people like my parents still have timeshares, like things like that that can obviously make your trip less expensive. You are sacrificing some of that like Disney bubble magic and stuff. But again, just make the choice that works best for you and your family. If you're anything like that, like us, you'll continue to pay it because there's just nothing else. It brings us so much joy that we'll sacrifice going out on the weekends in our like day-to-day life to
I think like Disney. In the last, I don't know, 5 years or so, like every year with the exception of COVID, every year they've been opening something new. So every time we go back, there's been like a new attraction, new restaurants.
Bring you back.
Yeah. I think even by the time, like, even like our trip was only like a month or so ago, and between then and now, there's new stuff that's open. Like they're starting to get Moana open.
Oh yeah. Journey of Water.
Yeah. So it's really
just gotta go back, I guess.
Yeah, I gotta go back for that Journey of Water.
Water. We hope that this video was
we hope this video was at least informative.
Yes, we hope that if you are thinking of planning a trip, if you are in the middle of planning a trip, that this helped in some way to see like what realistically it can cost. If you like this video, please let us know. If you'd like to see other videos like it, let us know.
If you want to see other Disney content, we do have other videos that are going up, and then we will be making some more videos, kind of just whatever we can think of that we think might be interesting for like planning, or like if you're trying to figure out what types of things that you want to do while you're there.
Yeah, if there's anything in particular that you want to see, definitely let us know. But yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It helps us out tremendously as we're trying to get this little channel going. We really appreciate all of you for watching, for being there. And
if there's anything that you want to know about, like if there's a video that you want to see us make, like about any certain subject, you can always just send us a DM on our Instagram page.
Yes.
It's probably the easiest way. It's
Foolish Mortal Magic. We are posting over there every single day, so please come and join us as we try and grow our little family over there too.
So yeah, we had fun making this one.
Yeah, we hope that you enjoyed watching, and we will see you guys in our next video.
Bye.